Hey guys, John Man here for Deck of the Month for December, the last day and the last month of the year, and the last day of the month. So, yeah, get onto the deck. It is Min's Room. It's the opposite of D.D.R's build in a certain way because it just runs Avian instead of British Tricks. All credit goes to them for the original deck blueprint and everything else. He actually said in one of his videos, you know, you could run a different version, so I went with that one because it was a little bit cheaper for me, and it was a little bit easier for me to get the cards. So make sure I'll give a link to his video that shows this deck, so it'll probably be somewhere in the screen here. So anyways, onto the deck. Charcoal Inpachi, you pretty much need him because he has great defense. You pretty much want either great defense or great attack, but mostly great attack. But also you're going for his level, so because sometimes you just need one star or just one level monster just pretty much to make a synchro summon easier. One water spirit, easier tuner. You need to run them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but you can still run them. Sweet. So 3 naMehTnoJ Avian. This is where Min's Room comes in, and you see, obviously, if you've seen D.D.R, you know why. So, but yes, run 3 naMehTnoJ Avians, which can be searched out by Startos, which you'll see in a few moments. 3 Toon Warrior. You need to pretty much run this guy just because he's level 3, he's a normal monster, and he's a tuner. And that's what makes this deck broken, is because of the synchro summon ability. 3 Sonic Duck. Pretty much just a beater in every case, but also because he's a win attribute, and you'll find out soon if you haven't seen D.D.R's video, but you should have at least. But yes, 3 this. Awesome attack for 1700, you know, level 3. Next we have Jerry Beansman, totally awesome, little sword made out of jelly. Yeah, so 700 or 1750 attack, 0 defense, but you're going for his attack anyway. So 1 Startos, basically to search out your Avian, so pretty sweet. But yes, if you get Rhoda in the first turn, you just want to go for Startos right away. Next, we have 2 Desert Twister. What you do is remove 1 Earth and 2 Wind monsters. You can special summon this guy from your hand, but you only be special summoned that way. So he's a naMeh monster. Also, inside that point, you can once per turn discard 1 card from your hand to destroy one spell or trap card on the field. So that's why he's the opposite of Frost and Flame Dragon. So, but he has 2300 attack and 2000 defense, so it makes him kind of beefy. And the last monster, Gorz, Emissary Darkness, pretty much your backup in case everything else gets blasted. You know, you always pretty much need to run this guy now because he's technically a staple. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Very few. There's like 16, I think, or less. But anyways, on to the spells. One Reinforcement of the Army. Pretty much need to run this. Just because you have more than enough targets. You have 7, so more than easy to use. Brain Control. Just take control of opponent's monster and use it for a synchro summon. Lightning Vortex. Basically just destroy opponent's monsters. Card Destruction. You can get just monster hands, and you want to get them in the graveyard, the monsters in the graveyard for Desert Twister, or for a later use, which you see. 3. These are your basic 3 equip cards. You run them, and these are only 3 you really run at all. First, I'll explain Summon Duty. If you have a normal monster on your field, you send it to the graveyard, and special summon 1 monster from either opponent's graveyard, or either graveyard in any position, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, so summon any defense or attack, but yes. And when this card's removed, obviously the monster's destroyed, so. Next we have D.D.R, Different Dimension Reincarnation. Discard 1 card and revive, or select 1 monster from remove from play zone and special summon it, which you have the option to do most of the game anyways. In Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, you're running 7 warriors, which you should obviously have enough to use this on. But otherwise than that, it's still a great card. You can use this also just to remove your Startos and bring it back with D.D.R, so basically the main use. And also discard with Desert Twister. So now to search out those 3, you need him in Armory. Obviously, when you activate this card, you cannot normal summon or set, so you need to be careful of that. But this deck can kind of bypass that. But first, you send one card from top of your deck and get a Spiral Trap card from your deck or graveyard, which is really great. So that's pretty much a minimal cost in some cases. So to bypass in Armory here, obviously, is to use Enchanting Fitting Room. What you do is you pay 800, you pick up 4 cards, pick up 4 cards from the top of your deck, and any monsters that are level 3 or lower than normal, you special summon them, and you have to have, if you have more than usable spaces, let's say you have 3 zones filled, and you pick up 3 monsters, you special summon 2 of your choice, and the other one goes to the graveyard. So that's an example though. But it's pretty sweet stuff. Now for us, the spells and traps, Heavy Storm and Trunade. Now for traps, you turn from a different dimension, you remove a lot of your monsters, so it makes only sense to kind of use something that can help as a win condition. So basically, this is your win condition pretty much. 2 Threatening Roar, you're just going to want to use this for stalling your opponent, sorry. Other than that, that's pretty much what it's there for. 3 Common Charity and 3 Reckless Greed, your draw engine. Obviously, Reckless Greed, draw 2 cards, skip your next 2 draw phases, and it does not stack people, remember that, or stack upon another if you use them right next to each other. But Common Charity, what this does is you draw 2 cards, and then if you have a normal, remove one normal monster from your hand. If you do not have a normal monster to remove, you have to send your entire hand to the graveyard. It's pretty much like Glare of Darkness, only in its trap form, and it only works with normal monsters. So, but still, this was the harder part for me to make this deck actually. This is why I didn't have the deck up right away, because it took me a while to get main cards I needed. So, but yes, 3 Common Charity, you pretty much go must run if you're running any of the 2 builds that Dad made, other than his 3rd one, but that one was a little unsuccessful, it sounded like. Yes, and now I'll show you the synchros you usually go for real quick. First, you pretty much need to run Armory Arm nonetheless. It's level 4, so still kind of run this one, because you can always pretty much, if the last option, you can always go into this. Level 5s, especially Ally of Justice Catastor, Magical Android. I still don't have Bionic, but you pretty much want to have at least 2 or 3 level 6 monsters, because those are the easiest you can make. So definitely Bionic though. Goyo Guardian, obviously must. Ancient Fairy Dragon. This level 7s are a tad bit harder to make, but they're at least somewhat easier than level 8. I'll tell you that. So level 7's easier though. Power to a Dragon, Black Rose, 3 Stardust. This would be Mist Worm when I get it, but still. Yeah, anyways, still 3 Stardust, 2 Colossal, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend, and last, X Saber Gotams. You actually almost, if you don't have Mist Worm, run this, because if you synchro into Goyo Guardian and you have another Toon Warrior, you can go into this, because it only requires an Earth monster and 1+1 or more non-Earth tuner monsters. Non-tuner Earth monsters. Wait, I screwed it up. Hold on. 1 tuner plus 1 or more Earth monsters. Sorry, goofed that up. So it can even be 3 Toon Warriors actually, because they actually equal up to our X Saber Gotams. But yeah, almost like a must. So, but yeah, guys, this deck idea is originally Dad's. So. I'll give you the video to see it, and all credit goes to them for the original deck idea. It's just that I had this deck, and I thought at least I might as well show you the opposite build of Dad's, and also this was the only deck I had at the moment to use. So that's pretty much it, guys. John Man is signing out, so peace.